Hi everyone, I thought I would jump on here and make another YouTube video. So welcome back. Thank you all so much for being patient with me, because I mean, some of you have literally been like texting me like, Willow, where's the video? And I'm like, I'm sorry. So I was meant to post one when I went to Barcelona. I had to scrap that. And then I had another one from my training. It was like a week in the life that I was kind of planning in my head, but I literally was not getting the content that I needed. Like I had went to the gym and then I wasn't recording. I was just taking photos and like very small clips, and it just wasn't working. Yeah, I kind of had to scrap that again. In time to come though, I will be filming like days in the life, weeks in life, but it was so hard to film with a week in the life when I'm so busy, and sometimes it was like non-stop, and I just did not have the time to take the camera out. When I get nervous or I'm really excited about something, I stutter. And it sounds silly, but I'm constantly finding myself do this, like that I'll just stutter and like, oh, it's not good. Or I'll get my words mixed up. Like, I hate it. I used to be awful with it. Like, I would honestly try and get my words out and they just wouldn't come out, or they'd come out wrong. So I really do apologise. I pick up on the stutter a lot, and then I get nervous again with the eye contact. I'm always looking over that, I'm always looking there. So please be patient, because honestly it is, I hate the stutter, I hate it. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, it's so hard to do the day in the life, the week in the life, but I'm honestly trying my hardest, but I'm so busy with everything else. If you would have recently seen, I have launched the Willow Project, something that's really close to my heart actually. Really touches me, and I really love it at the moment. I've reached out to a lot of girls. I've been doing so much emailing, so much social media stuff. Like, it's really hard running my Instagram, trying to be consistent with both, like Instagram, TikTok. I've been posting a little bit on Facebook, like I've made a community for that page, like a community space. As well as that, I've been doing, obviously trying to be doing YouTube, and then meeting my friends. Obviously I coach as well, doing that. It has been a lot, but I'm hoping in this video I can just give you a bit of clarity on the Willow Project, what I've been working on this week, people I've been talking to, etc. So it'll kind of be like a short video behind why I created the Willow Project, why I created the Willow Project in the first place, and I guess a little bit on my personal story, and yeah, almost like what I've been through. So growing up, I trained all with boys mainly. There was 2 girls that was in my squad, but they would only do a Thursday, I'm pretty sure, and all the other weeks and previous years before that I was training with boys. It was honestly boy dominated. If anything, I would sometimes be the only girl, and it's pretty daunting. I think being in a room full of boys and like, I don't know, a group of boys, like it definitely made me, I think, a bit more shy. Like again, my coaches were male and they are great coaches, and the players, they're great, really good players, but like I did want a girl in the group, like a consistent girl. And then obviously I had Bryony and Kiva. They would come into the group on, I think, yeah, it was a Thursday. I'd only see them the Thursday. I wouldn't see them in all the other squads in the week, which I hated, because I was like, oh my god, I was always looking forward to a Thursday. I was like, thank god Thursday's here, I get to see them. Like I was honestly like, I can't do it without them. I was like, oh, you're feeding me to the lions. I'm joking, not literally feeding me to the lions, but I was a bit like, you know, I wanted someone to like talk to. And also how embarrassing when I would be stood, like they'd be talking like, oh, warm up in the boxes guys, find a partner, or anything that means find a partner. I'm stood there with all the boys. No one's gonna pick me. No one's gonna pick me. Like, obviously no one's gonna pick me. Like, what the hell? I mean, I would have picked myself, but no one picked me, so I was like, whatever. But obviously it's boys, you know, they're not gonna pick me, because then they'll probably be picked on for having a crush on me. So I was like, no. Anyway, moving onwards. So that was my experience. I did grow up playing tennis around boys, which yeah, now I look at it, I think it is still kind of like, in my groups anyway, there's a few more boys than there is girls, and I would love to change that. I would love for it to be girls and then boys. But again, there was benefits training with boys. I think I improved so much playing with them. It really did push me also, and they play a different style of tennis to what girls play, and you see this on the TV also. So going to county training, this, again, for no one who knows what county training is, it's almost like loads of different teams, but they play each other. That's county cup. But essentially in your team you've got 6 girls, maybe 7 I think you can have now, I'm not sure. And meeting the girls in the team was incredible. Like it was the same team for like years. Occasionally like would swap out people, or there would be additions, but it was most likely like the same team, and it was so much fun. I loved going away with all the girls and getting to know them. Like when it was like the point where we'd hit a stage where you could finally share a hotel room with your friends, so many endless memories of things, like things we'd get up to on these trips, like so much fun. And again, we went away with female coaches, and that was so lovely as well to have them. They wasn't my main coaches, but for county they was. But knowing that I had these female friendships was so loving. Like I would always have something to look forward to going away on these camps and trips. And moving onwards, so I obviously was playing loads of competitions. I wasn't really getting many weekends out. Like I was always competing, always training in the week, and it was kind of daunting. Like I was a bit like, oh, you know, like I don't really do anything else other than tennis. Like it was very, very repetitive. I remember a Wednesday especially, I would have a one-to-one. No, I'd get picked up from school, a one-to-one, and then another one-to-one, and then a group session. And like, again, on the weekends, people would be like, oh, do you want to come and do this? And I'd be like, I can't, sorry, I'm playing a competition, or I can't, sorry, I've got training, can't do that. So yeah, it was very hard for me at the time. I remember I'd say no to a lot of things. Growing up, also, I was very bullied in school. She used to bully me. So I remember I used to sit next to her in this one class, and I think she would know who she is if I was to speak to her now and she was to watch this. She'd be like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, so I used to sit next to her in a Spanish class, or I think it wasn't next to her, or it was a little bit further away from her. And she used to make so many comments about me. I don't know if it was to these boys to make herself look better, but like comments, endless amounts, when I had first started school, like about my hair, about the way I looked. But this girl literally made my life hell at school. Honestly, I think emotional now, but she was the first girl that made me look in the mirror and think I hate myself. Like, and I never thought all that way about myself, but she was the first girl that made me hate myself. And I was like, oh my god, like she's so horrible. And she's one of those, at the time, I can't comment on her now because I know people change, but she reminded me in that moment of just pick me. Like she would do it to the boys almost to get them to joke with her about me, like to make herself look better in front of them whilst joking about me. I was like, what the hell? And yeah, going through that at school, like again, my hair was not the nicest in school. I can honestly vouch, it was horrid. Like if that was me now, I'd be so like, you know, but I'm literally like 11, 12, and this girl is making repetitive comments, making me feel uncomfortable in school. So regardless, everyone caught on to the fact, they was all like, oh my god, these comments, would keep saying them. Not even just about my ethnicity, there was so much worse. And then after that, I was like, oh my god, like again, because of these comments, I would hate going to school. And luckily through tennis anyway, I wasn't really in school a lot. Looking back on it, I would never ever want a girl to feel that way, how I did in school. I literally hated myself. Like from what people were saying, I would cry about it, go home, and because of this girl, and I've never told anyone this, there was one thing she said about me, I think it was the first time, and it was about my hair, and I was like, I can't go to school, I can't. I remember I must have washed my hair 5 or 6 times that day. She made me, honestly, like, I'd wake up in the morning before school and cry. I would lock myself in my room and cry because I did not want to go to school. This was until I was like year 10. Like, I still felt the same way because of the comments. Like, now you'll never catch me dead with greasy hair because of what she used to say to me. Like, I'm afraid to have greasy hair out in public. I hate it. I never do it. And when I would wake up in the mornings for school, straight away I'd wash my hair. Go. And then there was a time, so I always used to wear my hair up in a ponytail, if you remember me from that time ago. And yeah, I hated it. I was like, no. But in school, I didn't really feel connected with any girl friendships. And I was like, oh. And that, I think that is truly why I'm so lucky that I got so lucky with female friendships in tennis, because the girls at tennis never saw me the way the girls see me at school. Like, the girls at tennis would never pick up on any of my insecurities that at the time I didn't even have. Like, I was 11, but I didn't really think about myself too much. But like, they would never say these things that the girls at school were saying to me. And I went to a training base in Soto with one of the girls. She's called Bryony. Speak to her all the time. Like, she's great. I mean, I didn't speak to her all the time. Again, with the other girls, I don't always speak to them, but I know if I ever needed anything or they ever needed anything, we're there for each other. And I see them occasionally, and like, it's like nothing has changed. Like, I feel so like little with them there. And again, with the other girls that I'm very distant with in county, like, I always watch their stories on Instagram. I always like everything. I'm like, I wonder how they're doing at uni, because some of them have gone to uni, and I will like their Instagram stories. I'm like, you know, like, I love watching what they do now. It's really cool to me. Like, some of them went down the academic route and then they still play sports, but yeah, it's really fun to see. Again, I want to give back to the girls, so to the next generation of girls. I want them to enjoy sports through creating female friendships, and I guess feel safe in like a community full of girl role models as well. But behind everyone's stories, I do truly believe in tennis you're there to try and make someone proud, and you could be doing it for yourself, your parents, your family, like anyone through a really hard loss. So my dad actually passed away in 2020, and he loved watching us play tennis. When I thought, I don't want to play tennis anymore, like, you know, without him in my life, I was like, wow, like, that really did hit me. But also tennis, like, we had such a bond through tennis. And when I did stop, I couldn't really feel my dad's presence around me. I was like, I could never really feel it. Like, I was like, like, I'm not really a person that believes in like robins and like feathers and stuff. And I could just never feel it. And then I went to tennis a couple times within the year that I'd stopped playing. And I was like, like, this is weird, because I always think he's on the tennis court with me and I can feel it. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, this is nice though. Like, but I would get emotional when I'd go there because I could genuinely feel something. So I then stopped again. Like, I was like, I don't want to play because I do feel too emotional when I go, because I could always feel something around me. I was like, I just felt really connected with him on the court. And then I decided to go through with it. I had, it was a little bit after this, but it was, again, always something that was in the back of my head. I was thinking about it every day. I was like, should I play, should I not? And I truly believe if you have something in the back of your head, or you're thinking about this every day, just do it, you know. And for me, I just did it, and I was like, okay. And then I went through my qualifications. So I did my level 1, my level 2 to be a coach. And then I started coaching more. Again, I wasn't competing. The first few months of me coaching was quite rough. I remember like starting out, I would get quite emotional on like anniversaries of his death and like his birthday. I'd get quite sad about, and like I still do now, but I can just cope with it a lot better. Like, it was a weird feeling coming back to tennis, and I definitely felt alone, emotional, and none of my female friendships, I didn't have them in person. They didn't train at my club, and again, some of them did stop when I came back. They was doing other things, college, school, uni, etc. And I felt all the emotions coming back. Now I'm so grateful that I came back to the sport, but I was very emotional, and I now want to turn my pain into to hopefully inspire girls to stay in sport, to make female friendships, and to connect with female role models, including myself and all my amazing friends that I grew up with in the sport through the Willow Project. But I think the Willow Project for me is not just about tennis, it's about the deeper reasons why we play, why we keep going, and who we're playing for. And for me, that was my dad. And my dad always used to tell me, Willow, you're talented, don't waste your talent, never give up. And I give up, and now I've created the Willow Project in hopes to give this to other girls. And I can really envision it. When I close my eyes, I'm like, I can see it. And I've told all of my friends about my ideas and my plans, and they're all in on it as well. I've reached out to girls I used to train with, which is so lovely. Girls in the age category higher than me as well. And for them to help out with the day camp. I've got so many plans for the Willow Project. But moving on to my plans with the Willow Project, I've got a podcast coming, which I'm so excited to leak. If you're listening this far, thank you. But a podcast I can leak, a day camp that's going to be coming in January. I want a weekly check-in. I want a community for all the girls to speak in. But yeah, I'm so excited to launch this. Please stay tuned with all of my social medias as well. Running the social media platforms is a pain. Don't get me wrong, I love doing it, but like posting on Instagram, posting on TikTok, YouTube, it stresses me out. And I'm thinking of doing a podcast. Am I all right? Oh, like honestly, I'm carrying it all on my back right now, but it is a lot. But if you want to be the best, you've got to work to be the best. I truly believe that. And to put the effort in to make the Willow Project an amazing thing for girls. Thank you so much if you did make it this far, and stay tuned for another video.